Alright, so I just wanted to say hi and that I hope you guys had a good lesson yesterday. I am still sick, so I'm going to be home from school today as well. But I didn't want our class to get far behind from Miss Gaines' class. So, and we have a test next week. So I just wanted to give you a quick lesson. So I want you to get your journals out. And the title of our lesson is going to be two-step equations. We are going to be doing the two-step today in math class. You can go home and tell your parents about that. A little Friday extra for you. Two-step equations. So if you flip back to the page before this, we did one-step equations on Wednesday, and I was able to teach you about how letters and numbers don't like to be by each other, so we have to separate them. And we want to get the letter by itself on one side of the equal sign and the number on the other side. So this is the same thing, it's just adding one more step to what we were already doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an example first. 3x plus 9 equals 24. So 3x plus 9 equals 24. Remember that our goal is to get the variable, which is the letter, alone. We have to separate the numbers from the letters. You got to get those variables by themselves. So if you look at this problem here, the variable is the x. We want to get the 3 off the x and the plus 9 off the x, so that the x can be by itself. And so there's only two steps. The first step is to move the addition or subtraction first. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to write this a little bit smaller, just so my problem doesn't run into my words. And if you look here, there's an x attached and a plus 9. So we're going to take the plus 9 and we're going to get that off the 3x first, because we always want to do subtraction or addition or subtraction first. So since it's the 9 is held to the 3x by addition, we have to subtract. You have to do the opposite, the inverse. So we're going to subtract 9 from both sides. And we know on this side that's going to cancel those out. And over here we have 24 minus 9. So 24 minus 9 equals 15. Okay, so now we're going to rewrite our problem to make it a little bit prettier. And now we're back to our one-step equations from the other day. So our second step is to move the multiplication or division second. So it's kind of backwards from what you learn in PEMDAS. PEMDAS has you doing multiplying and dividing first, but since we're working things backwards here, really, it makes sense that you do the addition and subtraction first, because you're kind of doing PEMDAS backwards. Okay, so now I'm gonna look at what's attaching the 3 to the x, which is multiplication. So I'm gonna have to divide by 3 on both sides, and it's gonna cancel those 3's out. So now we're back to just with our x, which is what we wanted. And over here it's just a simple division problem. 15 divided by 3, and that's going to equal 5. So now our answer is x equals 5. Okay, we're going to do 2 more examples. And you're going to do a partner worksheet to help each other out. So we have negative 9x plus 1 equals negative 80. Don't be scared by the negatives. So we go back to our steps, and we look here to see that we want to get the x by itself, and we see that what's attached to it is a plus 1 and a negative 9. So we're going to do our addition and subtraction first. So right here what's holding the 1 to the 9x is addition, so we're going to subtract 1 from both sides. Okay, so these cancel out. And over here we have to solve negative 80 minus 1. Well, when you're subtracting, remember, keep, flip, change, KFC. And now it's just addition. Negative 80 plus negative 1, and that's going to equal negative 81. So now we have negative 9x, we're going to clean it up a little bit, equals negative 81. So the last step is, here we have multiplication that's attaching the negative 9 to the x. So we're going to do the opposite on both sides. Same number with the negative attached, we're going to divide on both sides by negative 9. So these cancel out, left with the x by itself, and over here it's just division. When you divide two negatives, you end up with a positive number. 81 divided by 9 is 9. So x equals 9 is your answer. And finally, negative 6 plus x over 4 equals negative 5. Okay, this one's written a little bit differently because the x isn't first, but it's okay. You still follow the same rules. So we're going to look and see if there's any addition and subtraction happening first, because that's the ones you want to move first. So there's a negative 6 that's attached to this x divided by 4 with addition. So we're going to subtract negative 6 from both sides. I'm going to put little parentheses around that just so you can see that negative, negative, it's not confusing. And then over here. Okay, so these cancel out over here. And over here we're going to keep, flip, change. And you end up with a positive 6 plus a negative 5. Which, if you remember your addition rules, if same signs add and keep, so different signs subtract. Since we have different signs here, we have to subtract 6 minus 5 is what that really means. And you keep the sign of the larger number, which is going to be positive 6. It's the larger number, so your sign for your answer is going to be positive. So 6 minus 5 is what you're ultimately doing, and that is a 1. It's going to be positive. So now we have x divided by 4 equals 1. And now we have to do multiplication or division. Well, division is holding the 4 to the x, so we're going to multiply. Sorry, let's not put that there. Let's put 4 times x over 4. And then over here, 1 times 4. Okay, so these cancel out, and over here you have 1 times 4, which is 4, and so your answer is x equals 4. So just remember, you want to do addition and subtraction first, solve for that, and then multiplication or division second. Alright, have a great day. I will see you guys on Tuesday because we have a holiday on Monday, so have a great weekend. And let's do our best working with our partners now, try to master this so that we'll be ready for our test next Thursday. Have a good weekend. Bye, guys.